Hello, welcome back. Today's account is from Colchester and it's a report of a big hairy man. It's from 2012 and it comes from a lady and gentleman who were out walking. And this is a wonderful account and to me an important one as it shows just how close they come to town and the different effect they have depending on your mindset and approach upon seeing one. The lady witnessing this account is so laid back about her partner's statement on seeing the figure, and the partner's reaction is classic for your average Brit. The sighting always makes me smile. And these are her words, not mine. Colchester, June 2012. Suffolk is a very rural county, but like all of England, in my opinion, a long way from anything remotely like wilderness. Anyway, it was early afternoon, and my partner and myself were out, walking along a quiet road. To our left were some woods, and to our right some open fields. We were just walking along chatting, when my partner turned to me and said, "Oh, I've just seen a big hairy man in the woods." I had a brief look into the woods, and I didn't expect to see anything, and I couldn't make anything out at all. Nevertheless, I was keen to get away. Not scared exactly, just keen to get away. And that was about it really, nothing more. You saw a quick glimpse of a big hairy man. I didn't discuss it too much with him until a few weeks ago, and he said the figure was about 6.5 to 7 feet tall, and it seemed to have longer hair on the head and upper body. It was following a parallel course to us in the woods. I presume she means shadowing them. I asked him if he had looked at us at any point, and he said he didn't remember that, but he thinks it was the creature looking at him that drew his attention to the creature. At no time did my partner feel menaced or afraid of what he saw, and he just kind of laughed it off. My partner said he could detect some definition in the facial area, but no clear features, and he was also aware of a strong muscular definition in the upper body area, even though the hair covered all of the body. So it seems you don't have to travel far to catch a glimpse of our forest folk. Whilst checking the map, I did notice the River Colne is a stone's throw away from this account, and the road that they're walking on is actually the old Roman road at Chalkley Woods. And this is on the southeast coast of Britain. And there are a number of other sightings around it, to be honest. There's one or two of them are very historical ones. But we've got one here at Ricketts Mere from 1997, where a gentleman had stones thrown at his tent and he did actually see a figure that night. And that's really, really near to this account that I'm talking about. And we also have the Ofton Wood sighting, and that's of another figure, and that's in a short drive away, all in a very small area. And I just think that the account where the lady just says, he said, "Oh, did you see that in the woods?" That's quite normal for us Brits. I know it sounds ridiculous, but that's kind of how we are. We shrug most things off and take most things in our stride, really. So, and that's not the only account from witnesses I have that are, quite funny. I've got one from Ian up in Yorkshire, and he actually said, all right, he was that nervous when he saw it. He said he acted without thinking. He didn't realise how he'd done it, and he sort of, doffed his cap and said, all right, and he went one way and the figure went the other way. And there's another one of a gentleman in the southwest who was walking his dog with a young child. His little girl was about 7. And she said that she'd saw a hairy man, and he was peeping at her from low down. And the dad was absolutely terrified, couldn't get out there quick enough. The little girl thought it was wonderful and couldn't wait to go back. And I did try explaining to him that she's on a much lower level than he is, and he should have got down maybe and, had a look to see what she could see. And I think we forget that when we're researching. I think we forget that we look at everything from eye point of view, don't we, from our height. So maybe, just go about your business, and if you're lucky, you may see something like that. And if you do, and you can hold it together enough to let on, or to just say, "Oh, I think I've just seen an hairy man in the woods," then you're probably a born researcher and you need to get in touch. I'm sorry, I'm like, it just tickle me this reading this out. So until next time, thank you very much, and I'll speak to you all again shortly. Thank you. Goodbye.